Alright, I got my chocolate milk. I'm ready. Hello, my name is Jamie, and it's been a really long time since I last uploaded. I think it's been about 5 or 6 months. I believe like 3 or 4 videos ago I did a life update, but I'm still gonna do another one. So much has happened in the past like 5 months, and I just want to talk about it. Also, I'm wearing lipstick, like an actual lipstick. I am a little bit insecure about it because someone told me that I did not suit wearing lipstick at all. So since then, I've avoided any kind of lipstick, but I've been getting better at it and I've been trying to wear it more often. So here it is right now. And this, sorry, I'm putting the scissors down. This makeup brand, it's so good. I did not expect it to perform this well because it's so cheap and it's so good. I'm gonna leave a link in the description box. Oh, I'm not affiliated or anything. I just think it's a really good lipstick, so you guys should try it. Anyway, I'm going to be kind of doing like a scrapbook thing, similar to a drawing doodle thing that I've done in the past. I made this before. This is like the box of white flour, which is like medicated scented oil thing. And this is like a box of earplugs. And it's called My Peacekeepers. So I'm gonna do that again, but this time with little notes that my friends gave me. I try not to hoard the stuff that I receive, but also I don't want to throw the gifts away. So if they give me a note, I will make sure to keep it and guard it with my entire life, my entire being. So this is a little post-it note from my classmate from earlier in this semester. When we just finished our prelim exams, she handed out these little sticky notes and some candy. I kept it, and this is what the note says. You did well, and you are doing well. Congrats. Even if you don't think so, you did what you can to pull through. The sweetest thing ever. And I had this in my phone case for the longest time. And the next thing, I'm not sure if she wants her name to be seen, so I'll just cover it. This is like those little tag things that you put on gifts. And then here's another note thing from a gift, again from a friend a few years ago. I'm just sticking that over here as well, and it also came with like a little piece of twine, I believe, and then my name. So right now, I think I've decided on the constellation washi tape. So let me talk about the first semester. This semester was very different from my very first semester of college in freshman year. This time I had half of my classes in person, and it was way better than I thought it would be. At first I was very apprehensive, or not very excited about it because I did so well during online classes because I'm way better when there's nothing pressuring me, when I'm not comparing myself to other people. But I had so much fun. I genuinely forgot how good it feels to be surrounded by other people. I wrote over here on my notes that I learned a lot about myself and the things I need to work on within myself. Back in high school, I knew that I did not know myself, especially in 11th grade. And when I had an existential crisis that I had no idea who I was, the world shut down. And honestly, it was perfect timing for me. Having a lot of time to myself really gave me the opportunity and the space and the time to really reflect on who I was and who I wanted to be. And that's why I started this channel, because of my existential crisis that I had during the pandemic. But it was very hard to really understand who I was if I was just in my room. And finally going back into face-to-face classes, it made me learn even more about myself. It made me realize that the things that I worry about stem from high school, like some high school drama or whatever. Also, I worry a lot about being mean or coming off as mean or intimidating or rude accidentally to other people, so it's something that I think about too much. I was able to realize the things that I try to avoid, like the kinds of emotions that I do not want to feel. It's very vague, but it's because I'm still unsure about those thoughts, really. Maybe I could talk about it more one day when I understand it more. That's why I have this. I'm journaling again, and I'm going to make this the messiest journal ever and not make it poetic or deep or whatever. It's just something that I could write my thoughts out and actually visually observe what I'm thinking and sort my brain out, because I need that. And speaking of thoughts, This semester, it solidified the fact that I love psychology. I love learning so much. It literally feels so good and so fulfilling to me. Or the only time that I could get into the flow state, it's when I'm studying. And psychology, to me, it's the perfect blend of what I wanted. Since the course that I'm taking is Bachelor of Science in Psychology, we are studying humans, so it's almost like humanities. But we're also learning about more sciencey, like STEM-heavy subjects. Like this semester, I had inorganic chemistry. I had inorganic chemistry as a psychology student. It was very weird. But it was also very interesting and challenging for me. I found it very nice because my professor was also very nice. Anyway, my point with that is psychology to me it feeds my brain in the most perfect ways because it's just the right mix of humanities and science. Also, this semester, I met a lot of great people. This is also what I mean by learning something about myself, because this semester made me realize that I'm actually more extroverted than I thought. Extroverted in its true sense, but in its, like its common sense, I'm more of an introvert. I really like staying at home. I don't like parties. I don't like social gatherings. But extroverted in more of a psychology, Carl Jung sense. Like, I realized if I had really good interactions that day, I would feel so good when I come back home, and I would talk about it non-stop until I have another great interaction with other people. It just feels energizing, for me, to have good conversations with people. It's just that a lot of the time, I get social regret. I don't know if that's the legit term. I just saw it somewhere on TikTok, I think, where after socializing with a lot of people, I come home and I just cringe at every single sentence I said that day. But nonetheless, I'm still reminiscing about the conversations I had in my first semester, because the friends that I made, they're so cool, they're so nice, and they're so fun to talk to, and I'm going to be spending another semester with them because that's how the Philippine education system works sometimes. Like, we go in blocks. So it's like a block section. So the people that I was with in the first semester, they're going to be the same people again in the second semester, which is great for me because I love my block. Talking and having fun with these new people is a really big achievement for me because I've been friends with the same people since elementary. So that's about 14 years, okay? So when I transitioned from elementary to high school, it wasn't that daunting for me because I had that comfort zone and I had that safe people with me in that high school. But in college, I knew nobody. I knew nobody in my class. And I made this one really close friend, and I'm very grateful for her. I told her about my channel. I don't know if you're watching, but if you are, hello, I love you. Thank you for staying with me. Speaking of achievements, I was so focused on my studies to the point that I really couldn't do anything but study. Aside from that, I was able to prove to myself how capable I am. Like, I could achieve things without being the teacher's pet, okay? That's something I have to admit. But then again, I earned being the teacher's pet. So here's a little bit of a story. So back in high school, I've been the teacher's pet like a few times, like maybe 2 or 3 times. Once for history, English, and then earth science. But all those times, I became the teacher's pet because I actually worked hard and I was making the most effort in that class. So the teachers would usually call on me. And there was this instance when one of those teachers gave me a really high score compared to the others because he knew that I made efforts to study that subject, okay? That's why I got the highest in the class. But it's not like anything weird, okay? Don't think that. Don't. It was a genuine effort from my end, but it still kind of felt like it wasn't my achievement, if that makes sense, because I was the teacher's pet, so it was almost expected of me to get the highest grades. But this time, I wasn't the teacher's pet at all. I didn't cheat on any of the exams or quizzes. I did everything with my effort, with my own effort. And the grades that I had really proved proves something to me. It proves that I am capable of doing like really big things, and I'm able to achieve the scores that I want to achieve. So that's really good for I guess my sense of accomplishment, because in the past few years, or even recently, whenever I achieve something, it doesn't feel like I really achieved it. You know, I don't feel proud, it sounds sad, but it's just how it is. It's become very separate from me. It's like I am not proud of my accomplishments. This sounds sad. I'm not sad. I'm good, y'all, but it's just something that I need to work on. I'm working on feeling proud of myself, and because I am proud of myself. I did that, and I have good grades, and I did that. I want to talk about what 2023 will look like for me. I kind of wrote some New Year's resolutions, but it's very different from the resolutions I've written in the past. Like in the past, it was actual like goals. For example, like reach 1,000 subscribers. That was one of my New Year's resolutions a few years ago, and I achieved it. But this time, I want to go more abstract and more mental health centered. So for 2023, I want to understand the roots of my perfectionism and my anxious thoughts. Because my perfectionism has been eating away at my life, and it's the very thing that controls my decisions. So in 2023, I really want to get rid of my overcritical self, you know. Because there has been a point where I literally just give my 100% in all of the tasks that I have, and that's honestly not very sustainable for me. Because I get burnt out in the middle of the semester, and then I just don't try as hard. And then I realized that I didn't try too hard, so I forced myself to overwork again in finals. So it's just not very great for me. The main goal of that is to sit and reflect with my uncomfortable thoughts and feelings. So it's like shadow work, if you're familiar with that. It's looking at the thoughts that I don't want to think of, but it's there. I want to turn my focus onto those things and understand them so that I don't run from those thoughts anymore. Another thing on my 2023 resolutions is to romanticize my life more. So back in 2022, I didn't do much at all aside from study. I don't regret studying, but I do regret not enjoying my free time more, or not really taking in the nice places that I've been to or the moments that I'm in. So with romanticizing my life, I kind of really mean just taking more pictures and really savoring my life and my free time. I just want to take more pictures and listen to more whimsical music, and you know, I just want to be an aesthetic Pinterest girl, if that's too much to ask. Aside from that, I think I already mentioned this. It goes with the first point that I made, but I want to allow myself to make mediocre things. I have dropped so many hobbies and so many dreams of mine because I'm too scared to make a mistake. Even with taxes, I had like a whole anxious week last week because I was scared that I made a mistake while filing my taxes. And my mom was literally like, no, you're fine. If you made a mistake, you just pay the fines and then move on with your life. You know, I just want to do things badly and not be scared of making mistakes, because that's been holding me back from enjoying my life. And if I must open up a little bit, depending how long this video is already, I have let go of my dream of being a musician. You know, if you were to ask my 10 or 8-year-old self on what she wanted to be, she would tell you she wanted to be a musician, a singer, an instrument player, someone in a band. I really wanted to do something with music, but so many people in my life discouraged me and criticized me about how I performed and how I sounded, how I looked while dancing, to the point that it literally got to me, dude. Like, it got to me deep in there. It hurt me. So now I literally avoid anything music related when it comes to me performing. So it's like I absolutely avoid any situation wherein I have to sing or dance. I will not do it because it almost physically pains me now to do it publicly. But I still love listening to music. That's something that I want to get back into. I want to do things just to do it and just to enjoy it, you know. I don't want to do it perfectly anymore. And this also comes with me trusting myself and doing things for myself rather than listening to what other people have to say about it. And so what if it's cringe? You know, if it's cringe, I remember hearing this quote: don't judge the part that is cringy about you, judge the part that cringes. If that makes any sense at all. And I'm just dreaming, dude. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm called that, because I want to keep dreaming. And my fear of mistakes and judgment is holding me back from dreaming. So I'm gonna try to live up to my name, and I'm gonna keep dreaming. And I encourage you to do the same. If there's something that you've been pushing back or not doing because other people are judging you for it, maybe you should pick that up again in 2023. So this is going to be the last thing I'm gonna talk about, and it's the new kind of content that I want to make here on this channel. Because a lot of the things that I've been making it's starting to look the same, because that's how my life is. It's very routine and it's very boring. So I want to try my hand at short form content, like TikToks and YouTube Shorts. I already have a TikTok up. I uploaded my first TikTok like a week ago, and I might upload it onto YouTube after this video. I just didn't want to like randomly upload a what's in my bag without giving you guys any context of where I've been the past few months. So that's gonna come sooner or later. And I also want to try like easier content like reading, narration, poetry, storytelling, stuff like that. I just really want to do something with my voice. One, because like some of you guys tell me that you like listening to my voice, which is interesting. Thank you. It's also because I joined a radio broadcasting competition back in high school, and I enjoyed it a lot. I loved doing that radio broadcasting. And I also want to get back to simpler editing. With simpler editing, I think it's something more sustainable for me. I couldn't upload for the longest time because I wanted things to be perfect. Again, with the perfectionism. So I really just want to let go a little bit of the perfect editing, like super aesthetic and complicated and well thought videos. I just want something that I could put together and edit within 5 hours and have it out for y'all. As much as it feels like it's against my entire being to not do everything perfectly, I think it's healthy for me to let go a little bit. Something that I wrote here on my notes, it says, this year I will try to let myself be mediocre. Because mediocre is not bad. Mediocre is good enough. And with that, I kind of want to end with a quote that my psychology professor said to me, because she had us write about our thoughts, and when she gave feedback, it was really something that I needed to hear. So maybe you guys need to hear it too, so let me read it to you. Do know that you can reframe your thoughts and make it a habit to ask yourself if the thoughts are helping or hindering you. Learn to celebrate your success and allow yourself to do a task well enough, not perfectly. And that's beautiful. I love my professor for that. So yeah, that's how my life and my brain has been looking like for the past few months. I missed talking to you guys so much. Like genuinely, this feels right. I honestly want to know what you guys have been up to in the past 5 months. Like what has changed? Has anything significant happened? Let's continue this conversation in the comments below. And aside from that, I try to be active on Instagram. You could also check my TikTok right now if you don't want to wait for me to upload that what's in my bag video. I have one TikTok up as of the moment. I read your comments, and I've been trying to reply to as much of you as I can. And it's really, really encouraging. You tell me that I give you encouragement and confidence, but you guys do the same for me. And it's so heartwarming, and it's so nice to know that someone is like willing to watch my content out there. Okay, I'm getting sappy and I'm rambling. So yeah, I'm going to end the video here. Thank you so much for watching. You are loved and you're appreciated, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!